First, Kovcheg is situated in a place where a young pioneer camp used to be, which is why it suits children perfectly. They feel good having rest, staying and living here. Second, Kovcheg is neither a closed system organization nor a secure area so kids can walk here freely. It covers 5.5 hectares, so you can walk a lot here. Third, we try to help children find some occupation they will follow throughout their lives. Besides, we want them to be able to do everything, including making a bed and cultivating plants. We teach them to take care of animals, which is why there is a place for animals here. We have rabbits, chickens, and a piglet. There is a person responsible for this place. Another one gathers acorns for the piglet and takes care of it. The third person raises rabbits and hares. He's in charge of them. He has a notebook where he writes about the increase of them, how much they eat a day, and how much water they need. When they're fully grown, he posts information on CNS and has a right to sell rabbits. Thus, his works can provide him with some money. If someone doesn't like animals, we have an area where plants grow. Now we're going to start growing plants in a greenhouse. We have a sewing room where our girls do sewing. Boys always complain, saying that they aren't girls. Everyone can sew, both girls and boys can. We say that this skill can turn out to be useful for everyone. Nevertheless, boys keep complaining, saying that this occupation is for women. Finally, we've decided to put up a carpentry workshop. We're working on it now. We will equip it fully and probably have a workshop for boys from New Year. We hope they will like it and learn new skills needed for work. I grew up here. They're my family since everyone loves me here. My brothers, sisters, mom, and dad are here. They support, love, respect, and help me. Most of all, I like the family atmosphere here. You feel that it's a real family. I'm prepared for independent life. I mean, if I'm provided with a flat, I will leave without worry. I won't be afraid because I've been brought up and taught how to live. Kovcheg is a name given by our dad. It translates from Russian as an ark. When we just started our foundation, it was called Give Children Life. 15 children from an orphanage were our first kids. I was both a caregiver and a mom for those 15 kids. We took them from an orphanage when they were 13, 14 years old, so they were old enough. Later we realized that those kids had almost grown up and didn't know what to do in the future. We thought about taking 15 other children and bringing them up. We talked to each other and decided to expand because besides kids in orphanages who had already been left there and needed help and support, there were children from dysfunctional families. Sometimes they didn't get attention and needed help, as well as their families did. Working together, we decided to expand. In 2000, we found this abandoned young pioneer camp. It was in quite good condition in comparison with all the others, and decided to open such a big complex here. Yes, I'm its only founder, although in the beginning, a group of young people, including me, started it. We were just young people, volunteers. Once a group of about 12 people gathered, discussed it, and decided to go to an orphanage to provide help. We decided to help children, and that was all. We were going to collect clothes, plan games and dances, and go. However, we didn't know where to go. It was a kind of mystery. Then my friend and I went to a medical corporation. We were waiting in a queue talking to each other, and I said, "You know, we've made a decision, but don't know where to go." A woman sitting on a bench next to us was listening to our conversation attentively and said, "Actually, I'm a caregiver in an orphanage. Come to us." Everything started with this. I think we have few children now, only 42. 8 of them are quite old. They're over 18 years old. They are our students with disabilities, so they can't leave. The other kids are minors. As for the first kids we cared for, they lived different lives. They were my school of life. I learned together with them, and thanks to it, I'm able to work correctly now. Though I must say that the learning wasn't a pleasant experience. I wish every child lived and was brought up in a family. Different people have different associations with a family, but for me, it's a beacon. It's a beacon which lightens a road. Your family shows you where there are pits in a road, teaches how to avoid them or deal with them, where to find courage to jump over them, and where to find a tool to clear a road and whatnot. It's family that shows us all these things. It's impossible to do the same in any childcare institution or orphanage, because a lot of people work there and each of them has their own bulb in the beacon. This leads to children's confusion. They can't understand if it's an ultraviolet light bulb that shines for them, or just each bright lamp does, and children get lost. If there's only one opinion and one source of light, it's much easier for children to go along a road. In this case, they become more confident and self-sufficient. It's the reason why I want every child to be self-sufficient. When children were brought to us, we tried to check their family out. If there was a possibility that they could care about children themselves, if it was possible to help the family rebuild their life and everything was okay there, and they could have everything they needed, we did our best to give children back to their family. In 2018-2019, we returned 23 children to their families. If it's impossible, we need to find a foster family. I don't think what a child can do for me. What's important for me is what I can do for them. So I don't understand how it's possible to consider whether to love or not to love a child. I can either love or not love myself. As for a child, I can either do something for them or not. A teaching profession, or any other profession connected with children, is unique because you never see the result immediately. You need time to see what result your work led to, but we observe children who stay with us longer. We compare them when they came to us with what changed in them after they spent 6 years here. I want to tell you about a reliable indicator. There are boys who we fought with. They were placed here at the age of 9 or 12 and didn't even have a surname. We fought with them because they ran away and whatnot. To be exact, they fought with us, not us with them. They said they didn't want to live here and didn't like anything. They scolded at us and blatantly called me Aunt Marina. After time passed, they calmed down and called me Mom Marina when we were talking. When they finished school and became big guys, they came and just called me Mom without adding Marina. You know, it means a lot for me, and it's certainly a reliable indicator for their gratitude. Men can't always say thank you, and instead of this word, they say Mom to express their gratitude. It's important for me when I'm the first person they introduce their girlfriend to. It's a sure indicator too. It helps me see that my children are successful. Of course, another indicator of their success is the way they socialize. When children are placed into our institution, we try not to bother them for the first 2 days. We accept them, feed them, and of course, kids who are brought up, as you say, from the gutter, are hungry and dirty, so we wash them. Of course, caregivers stroke their heads and don't ask them any questions for the first 2 days. We give them an opportunity to find their feet and understand where they found themselves and what they did. Our main helpers are other children who have been here for some time. They gradually ask different questions and reassure new kids. It may seem strange, but children, not caregivers, are the ones who help dispel fears, saying that everything is all right. After that, we start to take in their situation. Of course, a child is scared regardless of the place they came from. What is this? It's uncertainty. We sit down, and if kids are old enough, we talk to them. We say, "You're in our family now." We offer these opportunities. Do you want to stay with us, to take these opportunities? Children feel comfortable because, first of all, we try to create a safe place for them.
в зону безопасности. На самом деле есть
There is a conception of attachment in psychology.
Привязанность. И когда дети попадают к нам с
Children
депривацией
deprived of attachment to mother and parents find themselves here,
привязанности, а здесь
where they can gradually develop
ситуация,
the
когда
attachment
она
again thanks to kind words, smiles, or hugs.
маленькими шажочками, потихонечку, где-то добрым словом, где-то улыбкой, где-то просто обнимашками.
Then a child starts realizing that they're understood and accepted. Besides, they're accepted the way they are.
Принимают вот таким, какой он есть. У него шаг за шагом, как петелька за петелькой, вы знаете, когда
Thanks to it, they form attachment step by step.
формируется вот эта
The
привязанность.
development of attachment is similar to the way you knit
Совершенно
stitches
спокойно
one by
и,
one.
я бы сказала,
As a
без,
result of it,
без
they remain calm and
осознавания,
say
что
mom
я
without
произношу,
realizing it.
получается мама.
They think that providing an orphan with food and drinks is enough and nobody asks oneself, what else should be done? Yes, as long as they remain children, everyone tries to help them. As soon as the children turn 18, they all start to say, well, you're adult now, so you must do it yourself. Though who has explained to them what they must do throughout their life? We've encountered plenty of different situations. We had children who shrunk from our toilet. They had no idea what it was. They couldn't understand what a toilet bowl was. They ran out, hid behind a corner, and tried relieving themselves there. Brilliant caregivers work here and they tactfully talk to the kids. They never said, "Are you a barbarian?" They could understand such behavior because the child grew up used to this. There were shocking cases when children had been with alcoholic parents who had done anything they wished in kids' presence. They drank and had orgies. Children had seen it and considered such behavior the norm. We had to explain to them that it wasn't a social norm. We were tactful. Intimacy should be intimate, and to be capable of it, you need to love but not just drink vodka. There were a lot of frightening things. The problem is, if you spoil kids and always give them candy, clothes, and toys, they get used to it and don't appreciate it any longer. When they are given presents all the time, they think it'll be like this forever. Why do we encounter problems with children from orphanages? Because kind aunts and uncles arrive thinking that if they bring kids a pile of candy, cake, and ice cream on New Year's Day or Children's Day, kids will be extremely happy and won't need anything else. In their opinion, this will be enough, and they won't need to help children anymore. I always ask where these uncles and aunts who are supposed to give candy and cake, feed kids, and take them home to live together with them will be tomorrow when a kid goes outside. Where are they? They disappear, and a kid can do nothing except for receiving presents. Children should be taught not only to receive presents, but also to develop, get something, and understand social structure. They should know what society demands of them. Only in this case they will know what path to choose and how to find their niche. We teach them absolutely everything. We start with teaching them how to use toilet, how to use a toothbrush, how to hold a spoon and fork correctly. Then we show how to sew button. Later we teach how to cut out pattern pieces needed to sew shirt and trousers, how to plant and take care of potatoes, how to make aubergine pickle, and how to raise chickens and other animals at home. It's very important for them just to be human. When they see a life different from the one they had in childhood, they understand that their parents didn't care enough for them. They see that they're behind those kids whose parents held them in their arms, kissed, and took them to various classes. It's a victory for them to become a person who doesn't steal and can achieve their goals. It's a victory for them to become a person who doesn't steal and who can achieve his goals. Humanity. Humanity is important for a person. We should stay human in any situation. Stay human when you're afraid. Stay human when you can't manage something. I think acknowledging that there are other people around you is an aspect of humanity. A person's ability to admit their mistakes. See that another person is human too. Lend their hand and just understand another person's feelings is an indicator of humanity.